Go, it says. So go, man. Tell the people what's up.
Jonathan, I wasn't ready. I got the light that I got to set up.
Oops.
Let's filibuster for a little bit.
Filibuster. I barely know her. Good morning, everybody. Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Happy to see you all.
I'm sick, everybody.
Yeah, sick boy over here.
Yeah, my kid got me sick. That's what happens.
Imagine being six in the morning and sick, and then you gotta get on here and talk to me.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing. No, I was gonna say there's nothing worse, but you know I love you, Jonathan.
Yes, which it always, not everything or everybody is for everybody, right? Like I don't like Pete Davidson. He's not for me, but I don't run around and tell Pete he's like, I don't say stuff, right? Like it's just for me to be like, it doesn't do it for me. I'm not Ariana Grande or all the beautiful ladies that like him. But I say that because you like me. We do this every week. We talk all the time. It's clear that we're friends. And then you'll still have a certain percentage of your audience that doesn't like me and will watch the streams, but feel the need to say something in the chat, like about me or whatever. And it's like, don't they realize that you like me? It's like, what are you going to be like? Yeah, that's right. I fucking hate this guy. It's for business only or something. It's like, it's like, it doesn't make sense. If somebody came up to me in person and was like talking shit about one of my friends, I'd be like, well, I don't like you. Go away. You know?
I mean, John, I get your point, but let's just play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
If there's enough people that say they don't like you,
yeah,
I might start not liking you. Like after what? Like I think there's a number. Like let's call it 10.
Okay.
If we get to 10 people,
feels low.
I can't promise I won't like you. Do you know what I mean? Like at 9, I still love you, buddy. But at 10, I might be like, you know what? Those guys have a point, and I think I'm not going to like Jonathan moving forward. I mean, isn't there a number? Like how loyal can I stay to you?
Is it? Yeah, I mean, I guess for me it would be a financial number. Like once I get paid a certain amount, then I can not be friends with you.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, if it's just likes or comments, it's like, well, they only go so far. I appreciate it, but like, come on.
That's a good point.
I'm trying to be wealthy because it's the only way to survive in the world now. Is to be a millionaire or billionaire. You choose. It's up to you.
What's that song? I want to be a billionaire. What's that song?
I don't know, but I think you nailed it. Konnichiwa. We got some.
John, listen.
Nihonjin in the chat. What's going on? Tell me.
People are going to say what they're going to say. Did somebody in the chat say something that pissed you off
today? No. Just every other video. That's fine.
Because I'll deal with that shit, dude. You tell me.
No.
You saw me at WonderCon. Okay, I'm fearless. If somebody says something, I'll go up to them. We're gonna have a fucking talk.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'd like that.
Just say, dude, I got your back, buddy.
Okay. Just I don't know. Read comments on your videos.
I can't read all the comments.
It's funny because I've had the reverse of that. So I've had people come to my thing and be like, they'll say something that's against you, and I'm like,
I know.
Sometimes I don't know the level of they're just playing or whatever, but I've had people that are serious, and I'm like, yeah, don't ever make this kind of comment again, or you're blocked. Like, you'll be blocked from my channel if you talk like that. Because I don't understand how you think that's a good thing.
Oh, I'm sure there's people that come to your channel and talk shit about it. The thing is,
it's rare, but yeah,
I don't. As you know, I can't keep up with all comments. If I see something, I'll say something.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
All right.
Um,
Well, anyway, enough of the
no,
negativity.
no, hold on.
Why are
No, we
you
got to
being
talk
so
about this
negative
for
first
another
thing?
2 hours.
As soon as we started. Oh God. Come on, man. Where's the
Ugh,
energy?
John, the energy, let me tell you, the energy today sucks so far, but it's not because of me. It's
No,
because
no,
of
no, no, no.
you, dude.
It's because of the people in your comments, right? um, you know what? I think soon, pretty soon, it will actually be cheaper to buy Mondo than it will be to buy eggs. Tariffs are
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. Um, Flipboard is gonna get hit with tariffs, man. It's pretty. I don't know how much.
because of the
We're gonna see.
timing.
I don't know. We're gonna see.
I
You
mean,
know,
if it's already in the ocean, shouldn't that be like excluded
that's what's fucked up. Like, I was like, this isn't like something where I could like cover the
retroactively?
cost,
Yeah,
huh?
you can't retroactively change any of it.
Yeah, I can't go to people like so like I will just see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But like it's just like it's like really like I didn't know. But maybe I'll just tell people it's a kitchen item. I'll just say no, this is not a toy. Like I'll find whatever's excluded and just be like just be like oh this is for medical use.
Yeah, Jeff
People need.
Bezos ordered these.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's wild, man. It's a lot of it's not really a political discussion, everybody. Just
I mean,
relax.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not a matter of like who do you like and who you don't like. These are just we're
Yeah, we're
just
just talking about money. We're just talking about like this is
affects
as
everybody.
concrete as you can get. This is
Yeah.
money. There
Which
is
speaking of
some
concrete, man, the tariffs on concrete.
I know.
um, well, regardless of all that, good morning. As far as Haulathon, it's every Friday is the Haulathon. If you're lucky enough to get into your store. So weird thing is this past Monday was the official floor set for those things. But like every Haulathon, your store may or may not decide to put that stuff out. Um,
Yes, Haulathon is
it's next Friday online.
yeah, it's next Friday. So next Friday we will start the official it's every Friday the Haulathon the week.
Yeah.
Um and yeah it's but yes people are finding things you know I never find anything. I everything I've reviewed so far has been a loner. um
Oh, even that last 2-pack, the $65 set.
yeah,
Oh,
everything has been a
God,
loner.
so
I have not found I have not found well sorry, the Count Von Count was sold to me but I didn't find it, but it was everything has been a loner, baby.
okay.
But people are finding this stuff. People are finding this stuff at the Haulathon, dude.
Yeah.
I there's so much stuff that they have coming out. There's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even keep track of all the Mirage shit and all that. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Like maybe calm down, guys. Just take 1 week off of figure releases and send an apology out.
Right,
um, but yeah, we don't need to talk about NECA. What we do need to
John,
talk
John,
about
what are we going to talk about? Because every subject I fucking bring up, you're like, oh, we don't need to talk about Smooth. What do you want to talk about?
how much we're best friends.
Oh,
So
I
we
see you got that in art Batman
yeah, so
right here.
not a ton of. I mean, there are quite a few websites out there. If you want to buy it directly from a U.S. company, I would say Nerdzoic. I don't know if Toy Stalker is getting it. I know Nerdzoic is, but the prices are like, he's
Oh,
paying.
Matt has he's got those for sale.
Yeah, but he's paying. I'm guessing a lot to get them so that he can offer them. He's probably paying like this price and then selling it so that he can make some profit. I don't know. But this is from Bombasby. It's trusted. I've been recently working with them. It is an affiliate link, so if you buy stuff, anything off the site, scan that QR code, buy anything. It helps. But it's a great price too. $75 for the ducks instead of the 115 that we're seeing, which it is worth $100. But if you don't have to spend that, don't. Uh, most sites say that it comes out in June, which makes me feel even
Dude.
worse that I have it so early. Sorry,
I
guys.
know what a wait. What a shill
Um,
you are.
I'm a shill bot. So
Yeah.
speaking of being a shill,
Hold on. Wait. Before you dive in, did we say hi to the chat?
oh, well, I was gonna do like a 10-minute intro, and right now I was gonna say the point of the video, and then we could say hello to the chat.
Oh, so
So this is like
say,
I'm just about to say the thing that Geek Dad Life would by himself when he. It's Geek Dad Life, and today we're talking about shilling for companies. We're gonna find out which companies each of us want to shill for, why we want to shill for them, and how do we get on the shill list. That and more on Geek Dad Life. Okay.
Speaking of that, sweetie boy, I just saw him post a video review, which means that he got something for free.
Yeah. Yeah. The king
I
of
mean, he
shills.
must have.
Maybe we should have invited him on.
We got to invite him on one day because like
He's
he's a little comfortable in his element,
yeah.
but I like when you take him out of his element. You know what I mean? Like then you put him on the spot. We
Yeah, he
should.
has no sound effects to play. He has no transitions to do.
Yeah.
He
By the
just
way,
has to
he will
sit.
make every excuse in the book to not show up, but we'll invite him. Jay, you're invited.
Yeah.
Show up. We'll talk to you. You know, because we love you,
Let
and
us know what it's like to be a shill for Mattel.
I want to know, dude. That's high level shilling, man.
And
Mattel's
Playmates.
a billion dollar corporation, dude.
The box he got during the Mutant Mayhem releases of stuff, he got like this massive box of goodies.
Oh, did he? I
I'm
don't
pretty
remember
sure
that.
that was what it was. I know he had like this major thing. I don't know when he showed it off, but it was a lot of stuff. He's definitely on the influencer list to get like, here's a backpack, here's stickers, here's a wallet, here's a jacket and toys, and like basically anything that has the branding on it, instead of just being like, here's that one figure for you to review. It's like, we love you. Do something with this. That's the
He's very wholesome.
I want to get on that kind of list. Give me more stuff that I don't need.
Right. Yeah. Well, you can give it to me.
Okay, well that works
Yeah,
for both of
there you
us.
go. Yeah.
I got on the list and you benefit. We got Ramiro, we got Genki, Toy Stalker. Good morning. He probably answered about Batman. Elio. We got Video Power Gaming, Toka, Toy Wander, Pickle D, Jeff White, Rabbit McGavin. Oh, look at all these people, man. So early. Bright and early for most of us. Focus. Who here is it the evening for? There we go. Shashwat said, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Bad Toy Club, Lee Howell. Look, so many people. Joey, am I allowed to say it?
I like how Joey said, Boker Tove, bitches. Boker Tove to you, buddy.
Am I allowed to say hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. You're in the club. You're in the club now.
Thank you. Oh, I like you, Yoey. So good morning, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. Mad Hatter, I can't answer if he likes you guys that you're here. Brian Brink over there doing code, all the code, nonstop.
I love you.
X square, bracket, parentheses, cube.
he's a math guy. He's a numbers guy. You know what I mean?
And thank goodness for him. And Rook Skyblock.
I like this comment. I shill for Flipboard.
Yeah.
I'm a shill, but for free.
By the way, the Jay Geek Dad Life's character, if we were just going to make everything into a character, Shillor would be Geek Dad Life.
Yeah, I would. Well, I would ask him if I did a Shillor figure. I would probably ask to use Jay's face.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If he said no, I would just create a face that looks like it. You can't copyright. Sorry, Jay, but you can't copyright like a face that kind of looks like you.
Guy in a hat with glasses and a beard.
Yeah, like that. That's. But it would look. It would look. What would a Shillor? Let's because
I don't know because it becomes too easy and it's just like everything.
It becomes. I've had a few people.
It's less exciting.
yeah, I've had a few people that were like, you should do a shill or, but like it's one of those like it's like when people say scalp or, it's like first of all, it's the same thing as flip, but like it becomes too easy. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost
Yeah.
like you expect that, and then that kind of I don't know.
Yeah, these are just like throwaway funny jokes to do in a live stream or for the chat to do, but I would not say, all right, let's actually sit down, sketch this guy out, give him backstory and all that, because it's too.
Unless there was a way in that was like hilarious.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you know, I do have to answer this because I do get this a lot. Flipboard shipping. Thank you for your excitement, Jer Pickle. Is on a boat right now, and it's actually I said at first it was going to land in May, but no, it's landing this month. I think in the middle of the month, and then you know, gets to our distributor, and then he's gonna start sending them out. So we're gonna get them soon, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for everyone. there's nothing is gonna go wrong with that. It's gonna get here, and we're gonna be all happy. Yeah, so get excited, get hyped, even though I'm sick. By the way, I'm sick, guys. So if you just showed up and you're like, why is this fucking dude so low energy? But yeah. Thanks for asking, buddy.
Yeah. And I hope you enjoyed the answer. We're all going to pay those extra fees that ordered the flipboards. That was what you told me before we went live, that it's on the buyer.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be the only person that retroactively, hey, I know you paid this much, but okay, there's something that's happening, John. No, by the way, I'm joking. Uh, there's something that's happening with there's like one toy company that not one, but there's a few toy companies that like
Great story.
so somebody just canceled their line.
Okay.
I forgot what it was. I forgot who it was. I don't collect this line. Somebody in the chat will know for sure. But they had canceled. It's a Kickstarter that's coming up, and they canceled. They canceled the upcoming Kickstarter because they said that they can't make it work. And as soon as I saw that, I got a text from a few people saying that you know, and again, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that I was told that it might not be a thing because it's like a tariff thing. It might be because like this, yeah, long box heroes. I've heard from a few people saying that this was a Kickstarter that was going to have trouble anyway, and they are using the tariffs as we're just gonna back out now. Like, I can't speak to them. I don't know, because a few people have asked me about this. Like, what do you think about this? I don't know, like, if that's the truth. Obviously, nobody pulls a Kickstarter if you're confident that you're going to make it. Apparently, they're saying that because of the tariff stuff, it brings up manufacturing costs 50%. That's kind of wild to me. I've had a few people saying there's no way, but who the hell knows? But I'm addressing this because I sorry, John, let me just finish. I'm addressing this because a few people have asked me to what do you think about this? I don't know. I don't know. It's not like a panic situation. I don't know their numbers. And
Right.
again, maybe they are bowing out because they needed to bow out anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
This man is a professional storyteller. I'm sick. All right. Ah, damn it.
Wow. You should write for a living. All right. Side note, I want to show off this shirt. And it says, if I can get this in there. Whoa, there's a little skin. Thanks for nothing. It's got this face on there. This was, I was playing Jackbox games with Gus and a couple friends. And it was one of those random things where if anybody's played Jackbox, this is the TKO. You just draw a bunch of random stuff. and then you just enter a bunch of slogans that would look good on a shirt or whatever. This was the winner. It was my drawing and a random title that I had written, and that was the winner that night. But it really is just it fits the theme of really the last like
Right.
many years. But
Well, let me can I say something? And this won't be a long-winded story, I promise. I like your shirt, but how about when I give you a fucking story point, John? You kind of run with it and go on with me, and don't go, "Oh, cool, here's a shirt." Like, wait, way to just fucking brick wall anything that I was just saying just now.
yeah, maybe it's because I wasn't listening.
I mean, that's on model.
No, I did want to, after pointing out my shirt, because it was certainly a better story, I wanted to go to Longbox's Kickstarter and see if there was some kind of like, do we have ideas of what their numbers are, or is that Kickstarter down and we
No,
can't see it?
it's on. Does anybody know about Longbox? Guy, I really don't collect Longbox. It looks like they had a few properties, so that's going to come with extra money, okay? Because like, IPs, licenses, and shit like that. Again, I'm just bringing this up because a bunch of people brought it up to me because I did a Kickstarter and they're like, "Is this the end of Kickstarter?" And I'm not like a sky is falling person.
Look.
What happened?
Come on.
Wait, Laser Pants, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we didn't
Get
invite
my free
you.
flip or since I still Laser Pants, I'm trying to get you a fucking free poster. Relax. Jesus. Quips here. What's up, buddy? Okay. Oh, so this was an active Kickstarter.
Yeah. I don't know when it went up or when the deadline was, but like it sucks regardless. Like I hate that they're in a scenario where they have to cancel this. Okay, there's Rocketeer in here. Hello, the Tick. A lot of fun.
They made a oh dude, these are some actually fucking
Yeah.
They made a Savage Dragon.
Yeah,
these are some good properties, man.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of good people involved, and it is a bummer, especially for the people that were.
Wait, they canceled that. I pre-ordered that. Wait, hold on.
No, this is different. Somebody else is making the Tick right now. This is just like this looks like a 5 POA kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody else made a Tick.
Yeah, there's a Tick that I pre-ordered. Fuck, I don't even know who made it, but there's a Tick that I pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yes. Oh man, that artwork.
How much? Yeah, keep it. After this, I want to know what their goal was.
150,000.
150. Does anybody know how long they've been going for? Oh, Joey says it was a week old.
Oh wow! I mean, they were at 50,000 in a week. I don't know. That's crazy. It's crazy. Who knows the situation? I mean, there could have been something completely unknown to the rest of us that happened, or they're just being honest and telling you exactly why they canceled it. But 50% increase in production, if that was said, seems weird because the production doesn't have anything to do with shipping it. Right? Why would the
I don't want to misquote.
Right.
They wrote a thing on their Instagram. I think they said something about production. I don't want to misquote them, but I've had a few people message me about. And if you were in the chat, no, Flipboard Flipboard will be landing. This is not going to affect your shit that you bought unless they come up to me and go, "Hey, the tariff is $100,000." Then we're gonna have to fucking talk. But I mean, I don't know what's going on with this company or why they had to do what they had to do. Obviously, it's a bummer. Nobody wants to work that hard on renders. That shit costs a pretty penny. All those renders that they probably made and all that shit,
They were originally going to be $25 per figure, but because of all of this, it would have cost $40 per backer purchase item.
$40 per item.
So it was going to be, with our original pricing, it was $25 with an additional $5 per figure for shipping and whatever. But that was with the new increase. Okay, so $25 plus the original tariffs would have been an additional $5, but because of the new thing yesterday. It pushed them all the way up to $40 per figure.
People are saying that the 6-inch tick is the same company as this Kickstarter, by the way.
Oh, I don't know.
But is that canceled too? Or I assume not. $40 seems like a lot for a. I mean, is this like a small 5 POA figure? That seems like
Yeah, that because it was originally 25, but because of the 2 increases, yeah, it's just too much. This is. I mean, I was in a chat yesterday, and just kind of seeing everybody talking about this. This isn't going to be good, which is, man, what a segue to be a better time than ever to be on the shill list, so that we don't have to pay for these things.
I know. Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to. I don't know what everybody's gonna do, but we're gonna have to get on the shill list. We're gonna talk about the shill list in a second. We do have a super chat right here. Super chat $9.99 from Greg Goman. Tariffior. I'm gonna call him Tariffor. I think he meant. Swashbuckling fiend of fees covered in barnacles and rusty pirate treasure comes as a pack in with a vehicle he built out of a confiscated shipping container known as the taxation tank. I like the creativity, John. Thank you, by the way, for the. This is what I love about Hatter Nation, John. Okay, I'm assuming this is a Hatter Nation chat. Is that they're paying me to give me tips for the Flipboard line? The hell is that crazy? That's like somebody going, hey, McFarlane, here's $20. What about a guy who his name is Al and he makes a deal with the devil and becomes Spawn? Okay, can you imagine that? And he takes it and he's like, oh, I think that's a good idea. Let me I do Spider-Man, but it's a good idea, kid. I'll just put my fucking name on it and call it Uncle Todd created this, and that's basically this is what can happen.
Yeah, I think your future is looking really good.
Yeah,
get paid to create.
I think so. All right, what is Laserpan? Laserpan's throwing up numbers. What is he saying? 54% tariff and manufactured cost for items. So if it costs $5 to get a figure made, the tariff would be $2.54 per figure. That just doesn't sound like it's right, but I don't know. We'll see. Has anybody gotten charged yet? I don't like. I would love to see like numbers. I would love to see like what is the number, like here's how much we got charged for a fucking thing. Somebody asked me a question too. Question, Hatter. I take questions. Mother Slug. Will all Mondo's new figures be going on your top 100 list of best figures for the year? After seeing that Sheeran Swift went as well as Mum Ra, it's going to be a hard Mama Ra. Mother Slug said, but Mother Slug's all about like mom things. So Mama Ra, it's going to be a hard year. It will be. I can't be a completist on something like Mondo. Mondo is very, very expensive, but that She-Ra is fucking amazing. I don't know if anybody saw my video, but there was a She-Ra. It wasn't just a Spider-Woman video. There was a Spider-Woman, Jonathan, that took over the WonderCon. I would say 80% of the comments in my WonderCon video are like, who is that Spider-Woman? I worked so hard. Nobody even talked about it. I talked to Toy Shiz. He was fun. He's awesome. No one cared. They're like, who's that Spider-Woman? She has body parts that I like. I want to talk about her. And then somebody identified her. And then, but she stole my thunder, dude. There may have been no point for me to go to WonderCon other than to film her walking by.
Yeah. That was like the universe put you in that spot. You thought you were there for one thing, but the reality was something else.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look. Here's the thing, guys. It's like when somebody like that steals your thunder, you just have to let them steal your thunder. What am I going to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to talk about toys.
Yeah, now's not the time. Suddenly, I am not a toy collector.
Yeah, exactly. Here's how much of a nerd I am. I didn't even notice her in real time. I was so focused on the She-Ra thing. I was like, oh my God, She-Ra. And then meanwhile, I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize what was in
I mean, it was like, have you ever seen like a vintage Beetle, and then it's pulling behind it like half of a Beetle that's like a little tiny storage
Like a
thing?
yeah.
That's kind of what it looked like. It was like this small thing with another thing attached to the back of it.
But it was also another thing attached to the front. She's all extremities in each way. It's
Right.
crazy. It's a whole like
Yeah.
I think she might be AI. But yes, go find out her name. You can find was she Nako's at latex? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think she was
It
just
was just same
yeah.
Spider-Man thing.
Mondo needs to make that Spider Woman. If they did, they would make a ton of money. Okay, they would. John, did you? I know you don't watch my videos, but did you hear my idea of? I wanted to go. I had this idea that to maybe take gift cards to like a WonderCon and go to
Oh, yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah. But the only thing I could think of with this, and I'm interrupting even though you're probably telling people that haven't heard it yet. So go ahead.
Yes, Jonathan. Thank you. Jeez, I was thinking, guys, to take gift cards to Comic Con, provided by Toy Stalker, which he doesn't know about this, but I'll convince him to give me a few gift cards and basically go to people in cosplay, especially attractive women. All right, and if they're wearing a costume like that Spider Woman, I walk up to her and I go, "Hey, for a gift card." What is the first appearance of Spider-Man? The simplest question you could think of, right? If you're wearing a Spider-Man costume, of course, you should know, but I have a feeling some people will not know.
I
I just
don't
thought it could be fun.
what I don't like about this is that especially if it's a female on the other end, it becomes this whole like toxic fan thing of, oh, you really know about that thing that you're dressed as or as that shirt? Oh, you're wearing a Metallica shirt. What's their first song? Oh, like it falls into that category, and I do not like it because people can be fans but not be like super fans and be like, I don't know, I just love the Tom Holland stuff.
So
And
it's a
I know it's a
super fan
cartoon
to know.
thing.
It's a super fan to know where Spider-Man came from. All right,
Yeah.
John just fucking ruined my fun. Anyway, let's go to the Toka Dat Razor. All right, Toka Dat Razor. So here's what I would do. I would go Toka Dat Razor. I'd say, hey, Toka Dat Razor, for a gift card. I'd see him on the thing. I'd say, what is the first appearance of Toka and Razor? And of course he's going to know this, and then he gets a gift card. That's all I'm saying. So now that John ruined my fun, I'm going to go through everybody who got a membership, like Lazy Left Hand, being real lazy with his left hand, gets a lot of work done with his right. You take that for what it means. J Kid, okay, J Kid. They used to fuck with him in school. They used to say, hey, J Kid, like what the fuck. But J Kid grew up to be a man, and he just came back and he beat the shit out of all his bullies. You got Elio, okay, all right, Elio. He's he's got an E in front of his name. You got Isaac Montes. That's just his name. I like that. I love the dudes that just have their name. I don't mean that unironically. Like I love it. It's just like this is my name, so I'm gonna make it my fucking handle. I'm not gonna come up with a fucking name. Fuck you. That's what he says to me. Big B's Corner. He's all about he's a beekeeper on the weekends. He works at a UPS FedEx facility in the week on during the week, but he loves bees. Okay, I just came up with a whole story. Liquid momentum. All right, he's all about. I'm sick. I don't have the energy. Richard Clemens, J Mac, the Razor 1182, and Baducci Studio. I know Baducci Studio. Baducci Studio makes awesome stuff. Follow Baducci Studios, and I like gatekeeping. Gatekeeper. Is it really gatekeeper? Sorry, I thought it was a fun idea. Holy shit, Jesus! All right, I'm not gonna do it. It's not like I can get gift cards anyway.
Jesus. All right. So a few things. One, first off, I'm going to jump in real quick with this and say I don't really do Dragon Stars, so I'm sorry. And then there are a lot of people who do customs. There's people use those to make figures that we've never gotten before from any of the lines. And then somebody was saying, please put in the chat who are the shills they are referring to. I want to know so I don't. So we're talking about how we can be shills, J Ace. We want to be shills for company. Mad Hatter's had a couple of videos where he's talked about like he needs to get on the Jaded Toys shill list. He even went to the booth. He even talked to June, and he's still not on the list.
Yes,
I
June.
got 6 figures yesterday.
Yes, John is on the shill list.
Yeah.
But,
So the how to get on the Jaded is to email the guy. That one was pretty easy.
How to get on the
emailed their marketing.
Well, you don't email June. I don't.
No,
think.
you email the do the run that. Well, one of the people behind their marketing team, which is a different company. At least it's a different email name. So, which a lot of these businesses do. So you're like trying to talk to somebody at Jada Toys. They're like, well, we don't do that, but we hire a firm that does it. Mondo does the same thing. Mondo has a marketing team that is not part of the Mondo team, so they handle all of that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I tried to. If you saw the video, I tried to get on the Jada shill list, but the first day there was nobody there. I actually was thinking, I was hoping to have a list and like have like a checkbox and
Yeah.
give it to people and be like, it'll say yes, no, maybe. Like, do you want me to be on your shill list? And then I hand it to them and they look at it and they're like, what? And then like be all confused. But then the next day I saw June, and the amount of little he cared about me talking about him, it was like you can cut it with a knife. It was like, oh, I guess you do review videos, okay? Well, cool. Here's a. He actually rung me up. I bought something for a friend, and he was working at the booth, and like I try to make chit chat because he knows who I am. But it was just like it's like a I don't give a fuck. So the Jada shill list might be difficult for me, but now that John is saying he's not the one that decides the shilling, then we might have a chance.
Yeah, I think so. There's 2 tiers of Jada shill list. There's the list that I'm on, that I just, I guess I technically got on twice, but you have to constantly email these people, and then the stuff they will send you is like, oh, that's old news, and you're like, oh, thanks. So it doesn't benefit either of us because if I talk about it now, nobody's really going to watch it, and then nobody's going to buy your stuff. So neither of us win in a scenario where the stuff's kind of old. And then the other shill list is being on like Unparalleled Universe, where he's buddies with June. So he gets the very first cyberpunk figures on a channel reviewed because of that connection. So he gets them way ahead of time. And then that's the list that we would like to be on, where it's like, hey, I at the minimum get like 10,000 views or something per video. But yeah, it's very strange.
Right. Well, I can't be buddies with people. I've maxed out, my buddy list, but I'll become a shill. A shill would be a fun. At least I would love to. Can you fucking block this person? They're really annoying the shit out of me. I keep looking to the right. Yeah, I'll become whatever. I'll become a shill.
Yeah.
Oh, this person actually had a point. Can you address this person? Yeah, bro, guys. What Jonathan, please, let's stop the chat. This person is desperate. How many comments? Bro, guys, bro, respond. Bro, Jonathan, nostalgia bot. So Jonathan, the let's stop everything. The floor is yours because you got to talk to Deepaldi Jaladi. Go.
I need to know what the hell I'm supposed to say.
Yeah,
hello?
The floor is yours. The live chat is yours. Go.
Me or DePaul? Yeah, DePaul.
Oh, DePaul, say what you want. Let's just stop. Let's just. Oh, that's a great comment. Great comment to stop everything.
So being a shill for a company is there's different tiers. There's different levels of it. So there's like there are people that get things and then they probably don't even acknowledge that they got it. Then there are people that get things like Jay and they're kind of like they sign NDAs They can't talk about it. They can't show anything until the specific day. And that's a lot of Mattel stuff.
Right.
Then he is obligated to make a video where anybody that I work with, there's no obligation. There's no contracts. There's like worst case, they're just gonna be like, well, this guy didn't make a video. We won't send him anything. Once you here's there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about with this. So there's those shills. There's the people that will say positive things no matter what. You have like pretty neutral channels that will get stuff, we'll say, from NECA way early, review the thing, never have anything negative to say about it. And then something comes out, people get it, and they're like, what the fuck is this problem with this thing? Right? So it's like, that's the kind of misleading shill thing. I, for a long time, have been getting things from 5K Toys. It gets tricky because I have to buy everything first. Then post a video about it, send them email, wait a week, send them another email, wait another week, and then go, hey guys, I see that you're reading my emails. What are we doing? And then maybe I get the refunds on the item. So it just has gotten progressively worse as a partnership.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff I have that I just have paid for. But an example is I got that JM Toys Sub-Zero, reviewed that thing, ripped it apart. Just a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, you hated that.
Yeah, it got worst figure of the year. And that's the second time I reviewed something from 5K Toys that they did refund, and I said, do not buy this item. So, like, for me, it's important to build trust. There was a thing where I had talked to 5K, and I was like, no, I think they're like, don't review the product or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm still going to review the product because people need to know. It builds more trust that they can, like, if I say something good about a figure, they know I mean it.
Right.
And then it's also good for you guys in the long run. Like, you might not sell any of this figure, but if you talk about like this, or you give whatever, like we're building trust, and that's more important. Somebody in the comment was talking about like, joke about being shills or whatever, but reviews and influencers, actually, how much impact do they really have? And it's a ton. And I would go as far as to say somebody like Jaded Toys, they could afford to give a low sub count channel one of their figures, because even then, say they get like 1,000 views or something, somebody in that 1,000 people is going to buy that figure because of the video. So Jaded Toys, they're like breaking even, or 2 people buy. Now they're profiting, or however you want to look at it. Like, if 1 or 2 people buy from a video, then it's beneficial for that company.
Yes.
So you go and look at our videos, and we talked about this on the Party Wagon, that there's been a lot of money made by companies because of us, because sometimes we have affiliate links and we make like a small percentage back or something. And just funny dudes with good opinions on toys.
Aww.
But there have been plenty of times where we have done. How are my 2 little slots this morning? Wow.
No, continue, John. Don't get distracted.
We get the affiliate link, so we get to see the tracking. We get to see how many people actually bought something from that link. And there have been several times where there's like thousands of dollars made for that company because of us. And we're getting a small percentage, but we're not making thousands. I can tell you that much. Sometimes it's as low as 3%. Sometimes as high as 7%. I don't think there's ever been anybody that does more than 7%. So it is nice. It's helpful. But I'm getting a free product, getting a little kickback if somebody buys something. But that's the world. That is influencer world. The difference is you see it all the time in ads when you're watching something on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram or something. You see those content creators that are like, guys, oh my gosh, I just got this new cat litter box and it's totally electronic. Let me show you. And they're the ones that, and they're like, and by the way, they're sponsoring this video. The promo code is blah, 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 blah. And get yours now. And then there's like 2 minutes of that. And they fucking love it. And they have no problems with it. The difference is if I have a problem with something, we'll definitely make sure I say it. And that might mean that nobody buys the item.
Right. Yeah. Look, I think to me it all depends on. I'm co-signing what you're saying, and to me it just depends on like if you are just an honest. You can feel when somebody's just being honest and when they're just kind of like giving their opinion. I don't care if like okay, like take Anthony's Customs. Um, I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, Anthony's Customs is like negative." I like his videos. I think he's very factual, and I think he gets his stuff for free for the most part, or some of it. But like, I don't feel like he's like shilling. I don't feel like I feel like whatever he's saying, he feels that. I don't know. To me, it's just a feeling. You
Yeah.
watch somebody and you just get a feeling like this person is just being honest about it, and I don't think they're that good actors. You know what I mean? So it's just and but like to me, it's about just being in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, it's be in the center, because here's the thing: there are there are people that they just smell like shills. It just is what it is. There are people that they just have like that stench when you just watch them. They're like they're lovey dovey about something, and sometimes it just doesn't feel real. Okay, but there's also people on the opposite spectrum too. There's actually an anti shill. Like there are people that I don't see this that much with toys, but I see this with like movies
Yeah.
and shit like that, where there are people that their whole existence is to hate on something, and I
Yeah.
don't like that either, because to me it's just as dishonest as just loving something blindly and shilling is just as dishonest as if you're a channel that just hates on something there's I don't watch that much YouTube. It's just difficult. I play a lot of video games. A lot of my time is spent playing video games. That's my sickness. But I've every now and then I'll see like a channel and their whole purpose, and I don't like Star Wars anymore. I'll tell you, John. But their whole purpose is like Star Wars sucks, and it might suck, okay? But like you'll have like a channel, and they'll be like, their whole purpose is Star Wars sucks. But in my head, I'm like, let's say Star Wars didn't suck. Let's say Star Wars came out with a great movie or something. You wouldn't be honest and say it was great, because your whole audience
Right.
is based on Star Wars sucks.
Yeah.
So that's also dishonest. So I tend to like channels that I just feel are like just honest. You know what I mean? They're not like, and I'm sure there are toy channels that are also, in fact, I'm positive that are also about like, let's hate on this thing. And exclusively do that. I don't like that. It's not my speed. I understand that sometimes you can pull together a not a think tank, what's the word? An echo chamber based on numbers about hating something. I wouldn't do it, because you are then committed to hate that thing forever.
Yeah. 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 I really like James Rolfe of Angry Video Game Nerd. He has that whole Cinema Massacre is like a huge variety channel. It's not just the Angry Video Game Nerd. There's like video reviews, game board reviews, all that stuff. Game board games. But he had this like years ago. This video popped up, and I was like, "Oh, well, this is interesting." And it was like why he already hated the female cast of Ghostbusters, like that movie. He was already. It was basically this like, I don't know. I feel like it was longer than 10-minute video about why he's not going to see it and why he hates it already. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, you haven't even the people that.
But
This
wait,
is
but
like,
that movie did suck though.
I enjoyed it, but the problem that I have with that is that he had so much to say before seeing the movie, and that's
Oh,
what you
got it. Oh, sorry. Without seeing it, he
yes,
got it. Okay.
everything, like, it hadn't even released yet. But the same thing is happening with everything these days now because of the internet. But like the new Superman movie, people just talking so much shit about the costume from the behind the scenes photos. Like, oh, I can already tell this movie's garbage. The suit looks so bad. It's like, well, this is a behind the scenes shot. For
Dude,
one,
that's gotta
all the
be
suits look stupid behind the scenes, especially when you see like how the colors are so different.
No, you're right. Every suit looks stupid behind the scenes. Like
Almost like
not to say
cosplay.
that like the suit maybe when it comes out is not going to look, but like every suit behind the scenes photo looks dumb. So again, it's just like you're just creating this like this like a culture of like. And somebody said like Rogue One. Oh, sorry. I thought he was shitting on Rogue One. I was like, that's the best movie. Yeah, it took years for people to say Rogue One was good. Yes, Rogue One is, I think, the best Star Wars, movie. I love that movie, but I also like that had a relevant plot. But yeah, like there is a whole culture. So there are shills and there are anti-shills, and they both live on these extremes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of channels that are in the middle, I feel. And they just kind of like will just be honest about something and dishonest. So if you are I'm going to say this. This is a bold statement. If you are an anti-shill, like a channel that just hates on things, you are no better than a shill channel. It's the same. You're on the other side of the seesaw. And you're just a one note because you have an agenda, so it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like versus like, like I don't know if somebody was just like, hey, I'm just there's a movie reviewer that I actually it's the only one I'll ever watch, and I don't know his fucking name, but he's always on a red background and he's always drinking. And not critical drink. He's got long black hair. He's always on red background. And I love that guy because when I watch his movie reviews, I just feel like I was like, this guy's just. I just feel like he's honest.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just like an honest dude. He's got a lot of. Somebody will know who he is. But like that's it. Like so there, and he's got a big following. But to me, there are people like that cut through. Jeremy Johns. This guy's great. I think he's great. I believe what he's saying, and like I find myself when I'm like, oh, I really want to see if this movie, I really want to see if this movie is good. I feel like he's being honest. So yeah, that to me is I tend to flock to those channels.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Disagree. My boy Talker Art is awesome. I don't know Talker Art. He might be awesome. I don't care. Like I'm assuming he is either a shill or an anti-shill. I'm not dissuading people from going to these channels. I'm saying that I don't like these. Like I don't go watch those channels, and I don't want to be somebody who like every day. And I don't know this person. I'm not saying this person is that, but like that's just my own opinion. Who cares? I'm just one person. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Who gives a fuck? What did you just say? No.
Laser Pants says that Jeremy Johns is his neighbor. Are you lying, Laser Pants? Because I do like that guy.
Anybody that lived next to Laser Pants could hear him would just be like, we're moving. Dude,
Laser Pants lives in fucking Seattle. That's fucking wild, dude.
That is
That's
wild.
wild.
Why do you
Like,
live there?
all the rain.
You like the rain?
Yeah, like that's all I think of when I think of Seattle. I think
Hello,
of, like,
ladies.
fucking rain, dude.
John Lovitz.
All right. There's I don't know what the deal is with Talker. How did you bring him up? Why is everybody talking about?
No,
Talker?
somebody brought him up. I was like, I don't even know who that. Who is?
I don't know. It's like it's become its whole conversation within a conversation.
I don't know. Know.
That is Gemma. So she's beautiful.
Well, people are also saying that he's tight, so he's probably not who I'm talking about. When like he's I'm talking about a very specific. And look, I don't even know who this if this exists in toy form,
right.
But I'm saying in movie form. I've watched lots of.
Oh, like we've definitely seen it in the toy reviewers, especially if you see anyone get a free figure. Almost.
No. On the shill, I'm assuming they're talking about he's like not a shill.
Oh, right.
I've definitely seen shill people But I don't know who. I don't watch enough toy review videos to know who's like if there's a person who's like every. I can't imagine, because with toys it's hard because you have to actually buy the toys. So I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely gets tough. I mean, I think if you get here, well, and here's the other thing I wanted to talk about today, and we don't have to talk about it right now, but I just want to make sure that it's like on the list of things to discuss is what the companies should be doing and what their like bare minimums are versus how they should be doing things or what would be ideal. So like the bare minimum is a free figure. That should go without question. But I want other creators out there that like, I don't want you to like jizz your pants because a company said we'll send you a free figure. That's the bare minimum. That's what they should be doing. If a company like Hobby Link Japan, I think is one of them. It's only a 3% commission, which is fucking atrocious. But then, so that's not even worth doing. And then on top of that, they don't send you stuff. I mean, maybe there's somebody out there that they do send things for. But if a company, say, whether it's a store like Hobby Link Japan or Jada Toys as a direct company, whatever it is, if they're not sending you the items for free, forget it. Or if they're like, we'll refund it after you post the review, because that's just like AliExpress does that a lot because they need to like it has to, the transaction has to be in the store for them, whatever. But as a reviewer, getting the free thing is the bare minimum. So remember, don't jizz your pants. It's not that big of a deal. Okay.
But everybody wants a free.
Everybody wants a free thing. Yes.
thing.
So I'm just saying that like, okay, cool. That should be the expectation. Not we'll give you a discount when you buy it. Who was it? There was a company recently that was like, hey, we give you discounts on the figures when you review them, and then you can like build up points in your videos with the link and stuff, and then you can use those points towards stuff. And it's just like, no, don't. I'm not gonna buy your stuff to turn around and tell people to go to your site where you make, if a small channel, hundreds of dollars, a big channel, thousands of dollars, and I still had to pay for the thing.
Right.
So as a creator, bare minimum, free item. They don't want to do that. Just go, oh, okay. I thought since I'd be promoting your products that a free product would be understood. But if you guys don't operate that, I appreciate your time. And I've done that before. And then they immediately turn around and they go, oh, well, we have these items we could send you.
Yeah. Can you imagine if somebody, you need somebody? That's like, I sent Pixel Dan like, and I don't have a relationship with Pixel Dan. I think he's a nice dude. But I sent him some figures blindly. I can't imagine going to him and being like, did you want to buy some flipboards? Like, right. so you could review them. My whole thing is like, look, he's so big in the Master of the Universe space, and like, and he doesn't owe me anything, so maybe he'll shit on it. I don't know, or maybe he won't even do a review. Actually, that was my thought process was more like I might send it to him. He might not even do a review. I thought he did a fucking great review. It was, it's great for
yeah. I was a little bummed that he didn't have the opportunity to tell people that the cube was the NFT, the cube of NFT.
I was bummed too. I was also bummed that he didn't show the packaging, the piss tank and the whole, because that was in there. But
I was wondering if he had that. Yeah,
he had it, but it did really well for Flip. Like if you're a Flipboard fan, that is the best thing that could have been done, because like I had like a bunch of people hit me up about it, because then it also sold out of BBTS. By the way, if you want Flipboard, you can't get it in BBTS anymore. You get it Toy Stalker, but he's even running low. But it's that was a great fucking thing. So yeah, I do want us to address, and yeah, John, I agree with you about like, send some, if you're going to advertise, send something. How they're buying new Super Friends figures? I don't think so. I've not seen them. Anthony Customs, always keep it real. Awful breakfast experience. I love Talker. By the way, I just looked up Talker Art. I realized that I actually watched one of his videos not that long ago. Dude, this dude is nuts. in what I think is a great way. He put in the. I didn't realize who this was. I just saw a video recommended to me. He took a storage container. He put it in his backyard. He emptied it out and put shelves on there, and that became his toy room. It's great, dude. It's a crazy video. I was like, I didn't know who this was. It didn't seem like a hate channel or what, like I hate. I just saw it recommended, and I was like, wow, that's fucking. So without knowing, I have watched, I guess, his video, Justin Collection. Justin Collection, I feel like I've seen before. Articulated Ninja is anti-sale. I love Articulated. He's a fucking great dude. He has always been the nicest fucking guy to me versus like Laser Pants, who's like kind of like a dickbag, even though I helped him out recently or I tried. But Articulated Ninja has always been super nice to me. But he's like, I feel like he's like an honest dude. I feel like he's like you can't really. This is how I feel. Like you can't really budge that guy. Like you can't buy him. I mean, maybe I can buy him because I'm gonna get rich fucking soon. But the average person can't buy him. I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree. The fuck no. I don't mind negativity. It's coming from a place of care. Yeah, there's. I don't know how to explain it. It's just maybe it's just a preference for me. It's just when I watch something. If I watch a video and it just smells like this is like an echo chamber video where it's like, hey guys, let's do our daily shit on this company. I just check out. I don't know. Like I don't like unless they're saying something that I can connect to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if they're saying something that's
you are a perfect example of that. I think if anybody's like trying to understand what you're saying, your channel is that. Like you're the guy that will open a 2-pack or a 4-pack from NECA. And then like we hear, speaking of jizz in your pants, like we hear you actively, we can hear the squishy noise. You're so in love with the figure. But then on the flip side of that, you'll be like, you know, what the fuck is this? There's nothing in the box. Like they didn't do this. There's this $65 for this. What the fuck? Like you will do the same thing. And, you know, that's a perfect example of somebody that calls out a company as they should be called out.
And look, thank you. And we all like the things we like. I obviously really like NECA stuff, but I don't get anything for free, so I don't really care about like you know. So it's also fun to make Johnny bad business videos, you know. But like to say I don't hate that company. I do love their product. So I have I think if you're being honest, for the most part, you probably have love-hate relationships with companies, and I think that's okay. Just be honest. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
I will say, think at some point in our stream here, I do want us to kind of pitch like maybe 5 companies that we would love to be on that shill list, and we're using that loosely, that term, obviously, because we'll still be honest. As proof being, I've worked with these stores and reviewed products and I'm like, oh, don't buy it. Sorry, people that sent it to me. I want to talk about this comment. So you hear a lot about these companies taking advantage of influencers. You hear all over TikTok about companies cutting commissions or stealing content for their own use. And then that's because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing out there. Not this past December, but before that, I actually signed up and took this course that was like how to get sponsorships and stuff like that for your channels. I busted my ass for months trying to find those sponsorships, and it just wasn't working. Maybe now with 80,000 subscribers, people will just have this blind reaction and go, okay. But
yeah,
the problem is these contracts or agreements come in, and they might not. They may just, like, I get emails daily saying, hey, we love your creative content for YouTube's or TikTok. And it's like, well, I don't make TikToks. And they're like, review this, review one of our products, and in exchange, you will give it to you for free for a video or whatever. And you look at it and it's like dog toys or women's like spandex things or like kids toys or the most random shit. Sometimes things that will actually like connect with the channel and make sense, but it's always this like, we'll give you the free product and you make a video. That's their pitch. It's like, no, especially like I have high production value. It takes me hours to edit a video. I'm
Right.
not going to give you one, like, you pay me if you want me to do that. The other side of that,
You're saying you want me to. You're saying you don't roll out of bed for unless it's
yeah,
payola.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, when there are agreements, there's a term in there called in perpetuity, which means they get that shit for fucking ever. They can do whatever the fuck they want forever. It's theirs. So my first and only sponsor was this standing desk, and they sent me an agreement, and I like put it in the chat GPT and was like, give me some feedback on here. And they're like, most of this seems good. Here's some areas that might be of concern. And in perpetuity was one of them, which I already knew to watch out for. But it broke down like, here are some of the things in the contract you may want to address. And then I just said, I need these things changed to something I was more comfortable with. Like, how are they allowed to use my video? Like if they want to put it in an ad or something like that. How long is it an agreement for? So like exclusivity is another. So if I do the standing desk and they say for 2 years you can't talk about another desk company, that's not good. So I say 6 months or something, like
Right.
you make those agreements, and then that time period too. Like our partnership is good for 2 years. I can remove this video after 2 years or whatever. And then
Right.
that way, if they continue to use it after that, you can like reach out to them, maybe get paid again or something to talk about if they want to kind of renew the agreement. But it's the same thing with acting. Like I've had acting jobs pop up and then it's like a commercial, web use only or something in perpetuity. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. They cannot have like $750 minus 20% to my agent, and they can have like rights to my likeness forever.
Guys, this guy's got an agent. Woo! Where's the? I didn't know you had an agent. Where's the fucking Neil deGrasse? We got a badass over here. Yeah, John, I agree. All right, that's fine.
So those creators are getting screwed over. Speaking of standing desk, use promo code. No. Speaking of those creators, they just need to know what they're getting into. Yeah, companies are going to screw people over, but those creators are also kind of just signing stuff blindly because, like in the toy industry, everybody's like, free toy. Oh, okay, I'll make a video right now. Please love me forever.
Right. Right. Well, people like free toys, Jonathan.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I do want to spotlight. Well, laser pan's definitely a dick bag for sure. But also somebody who said my buddy Mikkel Stapler mentioned something about Flip or something that's actually super relevant. Any news on Fawn or the Elephant corporate assholes? I'm trying to work on Wave 2 and get stuff together. I would like to include these elephants, or fawn, but the problem is that they exist outside of like a sculpt that is. So you have this sculpt, right? I'm not going to get very long-winded here. You have this sculpt. This is an Origins type of sculpt. Okay, this is a flake bot. By the way, these flake bots sold out on BBTS, but you can get them. They're really nice. I'll do a review on this or give it to somebody to shill for me. But stuff like fawn and those elephants exist outside of like this kind of like sculpt, because I mean, I guess I can make an elephant that looks like Snout Spout, but like I never really liked his look. He has this body and then a big elephant head. If I were to do them, I would probably make them like NECA figures, like those elephants, like cartoon figures. That means it's more expensive, and fawn would be its own sculpt. So I don't know if I can include it in Wave 2. I don't know if I could like afford it. And it might like exist outside. So maybe that's not a Wave 2 thing, or maybe it is. I don't know if anybody has any opinions, but I'm just thinking like, should I have a sculpt that exists outside of this type of model on a wave 2, or does that feel like it's already kind of deviating to something else? I don't know. I've been giving this a lot of thought. That's just my inner thoughts, spoken into outer thoughts, because I have that question. But yes. Anyway, thank you for asking that, and thank you for the kind flipboard. I have been thinking about this for a while. Anyhow,
Yeah, a lot of thoughts on potential moves in that universe.
so John, what was what's the end conclusion? Are you a shill? Am I a shill? What's going on? What do we did we land on something?
Well, welcome to the chat.
Yes,
God.
it's well. Hold on. Sorry, let me say that's the problem I'm having, Mr. Crispix. Is like an elephant 4-pack. If I were to do them, I would like them almost in the style of like a cartoon NECA figure. They don't have to aesthetically match, but it would be very pricey to tool that. So maybe I can't do it on Wave 2 because everything has gone up. I don't even know what I mentioned this in the top of the hour. I don't even know what the tariff is going to be for Flipboard. So I'm experiencing this in real time. And so we'll see. I want to make those things, but I don't know if I could do it like a Wave 2 thing if that happens. So yeah.
Makes me sad.
What makes
No,
you sad?
I definitely kept it. It's right here. If they were like, review this thing and then send it back, I'd be like, no. Why the fuck would I do that? No. So no thanks. The bare minimum is a free toy. Bare fucking minimum. Because I have to spend hours of my time making, like, days of my life making this promotion for you. So if your bare minimum is not a free figure, then go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Send it back? No. Pay me money. I can send it back because I'd rather have the cash.
Wow.
Especially if I don't like the figure.
Wow. Whoa. Speaking of
50
somebody
turtles.
that makes great stuff, I like turtles with the super chat $50. Holy shit.
Yeah, we need to know where this
But
went.
who gets I don't know who got that $50.
But it's $2. I don't care.
I'm gonna assume
$50?
if it's Abasai, with all the Hatter bump that he has gotten and ballin', I have to assume, John.
Yes.
That's my fuck, but he did it again. So,
what is wrong with you, dude?
Do you want to say the other one? Do you want to spotlight the other one?
I like cats too. Okay. I love cats. And now for $50, I can afford to actually take care of my cats instead of letting them just be fucked up. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. You're the first super chat on my channel of the day, and that means a lot to me.
What if they were both for me? That would be amazing.
No, I actually went into the tab on YouTube and checked.
I will shill for this guy, but you know what? He's actually earned it. Because
look, like this.
What happened?
Boom. Right there.
Yeah, I don't know where my remote is. Well, I know where it is. It's over there. So I guess it defeats the purpose of not having. But follow Abasai. Makes probably
Abasai
the best
3D Forge.
What happened?
It's Abasai 3D Forge. I'll pull up his Ko-fi.
Yeah,
because that's
I've mentioned him on the channel before. But he makes these awesome diolites. You know what made me real happy is the last run he sold out, and like he sold out real quick. And we were talking about him, and then Laser Pants got upset because he saw my video about him, and by the time he saw my video, he got sold out. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? What's going on?" And it made me happy that Laser Pants couldn't get the thing that I had, because I like when people can't get the thing I had, especially guys like Laser Pants. So I want Abasai to do business from Laser Pants. Like, I want him to get the money, but I like that Laser Pants either has to wait a long time or like doesn't get it right away. So definitely keep that model up. But he's working on, so I'm not going to blow up his spot, but I really was like, dude, you should make this kind of fucking thing. And of course, he's going to spin. He's an artist, so he'll take it where he needs to take it. But I'm very excited about what he has also in development.
Like this?
John. What?
Like this?
Like this? Yes, I have my banister right there. I love this stuff, man. I love this. To me, is like makes me excited that we are living in the time we're living in now.
Yeah.
For toys, because you have other people, and you also, John, make really cool shit that accentuates others. Fuck, Laser Pants got one for free. Damn it. Ugh.
Okay. Well, we got to change that. Make something new and give it to us for free. And not
yes. Can I refund? Can we refund Abasai's super chats? Since he now I feel like I don't want to spotlight that guy. God.
So thank you for saying that, by the way, about that I am also in this game. Like $20 for this whole balcony. Like, I wish you would have talked to me, Abasai, before this and been like, hey man, what do you think is a good price for this? And I would have said more than $20. Because and only $5 for shipping, that's probably okay, because you can break these. They come broken down and then you just like assemble it. This is like, it's so good, man. All the prices honestly are like better than they should be. You're gonna learn, boy.
Yeah, the prices are, especially for like a working fucking door.
Yeah,
like that door opens.
Yes. So the wireless lights or wired, wireless only right now. He does restock stuff, but the door, this is when he came into the scene and everybody was just like losing their minds. The doors are functioning. They open inward too. That was the key for him. He was like, yeah, I could get it to open outward, but I want it to open inward.
Yeah.
And it works. It works so well. It just snaps together on the hinges. Plus the doorknob is its own piece, so you can have a separate color.
Yes. And I promise you, this is not because he super chatted us. I mean, look, I'll be honest. He super chatting got us on the radar, but we didn't just come up with a backstory that we like this guy. Like he actually, like, we've actually bought this guy. So this comment did hurt, John. This shows you that Gary Dolan does not watch your channel or my channel or follow us, because he goes, 25 shipped, just sold one. I mean, I'm happy he's giving Abasai business, but we've been talking about this guy for a fucking while. Just goes to show you he does not 100% watch either of our channels. But continue.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad that you brought that up, because it reminds me that we've invested a lot in supporting him, and he's never given us a free anything. Well, for the party wagon, I don't get free party wagon toys. That's not true. Actually, he has.
Gary's.
He's.
I can't say that.
Yeah, he stuffed our pockets plenty with free things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say my boy Gary is not hooked it up, but I when I read that comment, it kind of hurt my feelings. It's
Now, I've not talked about the balcony on the channel, but I have talked about the doors and the I've shown off the lights a few times, and it's like I posted a picture on Instagram, something showing something off, and then only thing people could talk about was like the lights, and it was like, that wasn't the point.
Yeah, no, but that happens. Toy Stalker says, I wonder how much Mr. Home Arcade paid for those Thundercat stairs. Has to be around that price. Yes, Mr. Home Arcade, who is an insane person, but still a good dude, went over these custom Thundercat stairs. And I found out, I'm not going to blow up his spot, but I found out how much he paid for those stairs. And wowie zowie. Mr. Home Arcade, if you're watching, dude, you're fucking rich. And stop pretending you're not. Okay? I'm talking to you right now. I'm sick of you pretending that you're not a rich motherfucker, because I've seen your house. I've seen where you, like, I just live in a whatever meat and potatoes place. This fucking dude has a whole basement, John, that is a labyrinth of, like, here's a room with, that's how he talks. So he's like, here's a room with my Motu stuff. Here's a room with this and that. Here's a room. You are fucking rich, but here's the problem. You pretend that you're not. And I know how much you paid for those fucking stairs, okay? And please, everybody go to his channel and spam him. how much did you pay, because he conveniently leaves that out on his fucking video, and I know you're a fucking rich phony, you fucking rich phony. But I do love him. I actually think he's a great dude.
Or maybe he's a
So
shill for those.
no, he's not a
stairs.
shill. I will say, he actually is not a shill. And by the way, he's a giant Flipboard supporter. He is.
Oh,
he is,
okay. Now why? This is why you can't say
but
anything bad.
I'm tearing him down, even knowing that he's a giant Flipboard supporter. But I don't like that he pretends to not be the wealthy man that he is. Just embrace your wealth, Mr. fucking Home Arcade. Embrace it.
Spread your wealth to our pockets. Yeah, speaking of Gary giving out some free things.
I mean, look at it. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool, dude. I love that.
Yeah. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, this is definitely your jam. And it's made me like multiple times think about how I would want to sketch up a Dragon Ball inspired shoe and pitch it. But I don't know if you guys are really doing these anymore. Any of the Dragon Ball stuff. You got a lot of stuff on Bull Airs, by the way.
Follow Bull Airs, because Bull Airs is it's probably the top of the game in terms of like creative like shoes, like custom shoes, very limited custom shoes that but they create them based on like sort of like fanfare. At some point I'm gonna have them do a Flipboard shoe when I'm fucking rich, like Mr. Home Arcade. I love Mr. By the way, I don't want to get it twisted. I actually love Mr. Home Arcade. I consider him a friend, and we talk like every fucking day.
On the air, you guys are friends. Off air, you've said other things.
Dude, we have a very funny relationship because we just trash each other. Like, you and I trash each other. Like, so like I was gonna say, Mr. Home Arcade's relationship and I is, we will trash each other for whatever, like, and go back and forth a lot. You and I trash each other, but in like a different way. You will every conversation I have with you will be, you say something, I'm being nice to you. You'll say something sarcastic, even though I'm being nice, and then I go in on you. So it will always start with you. People don't know this. People think John is like the sweetest guy. You're actually a very sweet guy, but you can be really snarky.
Yeah.
Okay. But I still love you. But I'm just saying, like, people think between the both of us,
it's the dynamics. Like, I don't talk that way to everybody. You and I, our relationship started on that stuff, and it was heavy on your end. So then I just adapted.
So you're saying I created this culture between us?
You created this monster. Yeah.
No, you know what? You're right, because we're on a group chat with Mo, and you're super nice to Mo. Dude, you got to people in the chat. Follow Moscato Bot, but I'm on a group chat with Johnny and Moscato Bot, and the dick sucking between these two is so fucking, it's insane how much they like lovey-dovey each other. And then I'm an asshole. That they take shots at. That's my role. Like, they'll be like, oh, this thing is old, but not as old as Hatter. Like, they'll just out of nowhere just call me old or do something, and then I'm supposed to. So it's like 2 against 1. I don't care. I'll take all comers.
We just have to assume that you're old because you've refused to ever mention your actual age or the year.
I have mentioned. No, that's not true. I have mentioned my age
80s kids. That's all you'll say.
Put it this way, I was born on a year that they wrote a novel about. How's that?
Okay.
Anyway, you got a super chat.
We're the same age.
You got. I've told you this, but I'll show you. You know what? I'll show you my fucking birth certificate.
You have never said it. Which is why I go tell him happy 58th birthday, because you refuse to acknowledge your age. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's just older or whatever.
Put it this way, I took a date to go see Star Wars. No, I'm joking. Can you controversial toys? He's telling you he gave you $10 to 1862.
No, he didn't give me the $10. He gave you the $10.
But I don't do Pee-wee voices.
I know. So this is weird, right? Does that mean if I do a Pee-wee voice, I get more than $10? I will say I'm not going to do a Pee-wee voice for free.
Oh God.
Didn't we just talk about this whole episode's about how we just want to be paid?
I
I
know.
do want to go on to the. There you go.
That's the best I can do. I'm not
That's
as good as
$10. It's pretty good.
That's the word of the day. John does a really good Pee-wee, but now he's like he's doing that thing where he's like, I'm not a monkey. I'm not gonna,
Oh no, this is just one of those things where, like, if you want to hear good Pee Wee, go watch our other live stream. See, this is like we double dipped. So people have asked in the chat, because maybe they came in a little bit late or something. We do want to talk about the lists of companies that we want to be on that shill list for, and who we maybe are on that list with already.
Right.
Related note, Patriot Studios, you're familiar with them? They do some Resident Evil stuff. They have like a Leon Kennedy out. They have the big tall lady. They DM me right before Chinese New Year, and they said hello on Instagram. It just said hello, and I was like, okay, this is like just some loser on a dating app trying to slide into some woman's DMs.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Be more creative. Just get to the point. But I've messaged them a couple times in response and never heard back from them. So I don't know what happened. I guess they were just like, oh, never mind. I just thought it was super weird.
That's weird. That's like when people. That's like when you sell something, and people are like, "Hey, is that still for sale?" And you go, "Yes, it is." Deuces.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Dude, I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me when I've sold stuff on like a forum.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Is this thing for sale? Yes, it is.
Yeah, now they're no longer interested. Now that they can get it, it's like you should have played a little hard to get. Maybe I would have stayed around.
Right. 1943, you get. I like somebody. I think Michael. Somebody said 18 something. I'm a Highlander, guys. Here we are, boy. I just have very old references, and I've had hard living, guys. Okay, I used to drink a lot. Used to smoke a lot. I don't do that anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
Not that old. Holy shit.
Yeah, last week was.
That was last week. Last week was last week.
Yeah.
I had no drinks at Wonder. I really only. I'm not gonna get into drinking. It's fine.
Yeah. Just a quick answer. Do you ever have a drink and then the next day you're like, why did I? There was no benefit in that. It was such a waste. Why do I'd be better off just not having any of this in the house.
No, because like it calms me down. It loosens me up. Like
that's when I heard that's when you get a little frisky.
That's when I get a little frisky. I have severe like everybody says they have like ADD, but I really have it. Like I like it's very hard to focus. That's why like I have 10 skits that I have been filming with action figures, all in different flux, because I can't focus sometimes because I'm like, oh, let me, and then I'll move. And same shit with like scripts. I have just tons of scripts, and I'll get bored, and I'll move on to another thing. So like sometimes when like I drink, I like can focus up, but that's obviously not a way to rely on things. Right. Edibles, I have not found the perfect thing of edibles where it makes me like happy. I either feel barely anything or I get paranoid as fuck, and then I can't really smoke in the house, so I can't do that. So right. I have to find my thing,
Yeah. Maybe it's cheesecake.
Maybe it is cheesecake. Or it's a Dole Whip. I love some cheesecake, but it might be Dole Whip. What happened?
A Dole Whip. That might be it.
Dude, that fucking Dole Whip for $8.50 was worth every fucking penny, dude.
All right. Let's talk about. Let's start with the companies that we would like to be on a list of shill for.
Yes, but before we do that, Alpha Magnus, did I never send an address? Maybe hit me up, man, because I must have missed. I would love to. I'd fucking love to take a look at the Masterverse Flipboard. Alpha Magnus does good shit, by the way. He's also a cosplayer. So if I that was not on purpose. Please hit me up, because I get, this is not a flex. Don't take it this way. I get a lot of DMs. There are hundreds at this point that are not read. I am sorry. Again, I'm really not flexing, I promise. But there's this, with the day job and Flipboard stuff. But please hit me up again. I would love to take a look at that.
Yeah. And
go on, John. Sorry.
Most things like to filter out messages. Oh, like big time. Like
Most
Instagram.
what?
Instagram is big on putting stuff in a spam.
Yeah, dude, there is a thing too with Instagram. Either filters out messages or they get sent to my general box. There was somebody from Premium DNA. I had mentioned this. They hit me up about, I don't know, they wanted to talk about what we were talking about with, I guess, I don't know, they didn't like my video that I made about them. And I think they thought I was ignoring them. I never got the comment, and then they responded saying, "Oh, we thought you didn't get the comment, or we saw you didn't get a comment," and then it popped up. So there is a thing where the message sometimes doesn't even show up. So I try to be vigilant, but it's just hard. It's hard to, I also have a toddler, so I can blame 90% of all of my busyness on her. So but
plus,
yeah,
like Premium DNA. What do you really have to say? Why would you take the time to DM me instead of just fucking posting something?
That's why. Honestly, John.
It's like,
honestly, John, and I'll be honest, and they'll probably watch this. There's really nothing to say to me. I'm not going to be I'll read and I'll be happy to discuss whatever you want, Premium DNA. But at the end of the day, if you're not posting to people and letting them know, hey, there's a reason we've been silent, there's not really that much to talk about.
Yeah, and don't put
at the end of the day, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the Party Wagon. It is a great episode. People should watch the Party Wagon podcast.
Yes, watch yes, please watch.
Only that episode, though.
Party Wagon, huh?
Only that episode.
Yeah, exactly. John and I did an episode of TMNT Party Wagon with our lovely Gary Dolan and Stephen Joseph. If you are going to watch, I would recommend watching it because it's a lot of fun. But only don't go down the rabbit hole of watching the other Party Wagon videos. Only watch that video.
Yeah.
Then disassociate yourself completely.
Right. This is how I would recommend it. You go there.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good plug. I mean, they're going to watch that video.
You watch that video. You hit subscribe and like, and then when the video is done, you unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Subscribe, because you're still technically subscribing, but you don't have to stay subscribed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What a bunch of dicks. He gave you that nice shoe, Jonathan, and you gotta do that. That beautiful Vegeta shoe, or whatever, Dragon Ball shoe.
Yeah. Anyway, great episode about bad customer service with companies, and a lot of going off the rails.
John, this is an excellent question. He says, once I have Flipboard on the shelf, the JB Patrol, who would you like me to drape over his shoulder at his feet? Moto, I'm assuming Motu, Cartoon Shira, Motu Thundercat Shira, or someone else. Let me know. So I like what JB Patrol is thinking. He's going for kind of like a Conan thing. Like he's like, like the Frazetta art. Like he's like the King Flipboard, and there's like, oh, Flipboard, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing.
And we do.
That is... man, do we have to choose? Can it not be both? JB, I feel like I'm the gift right now with the little girl who's like, why not both? You know what I mean? Like I think that to me, that is a picture worth sharing. By the way, people that get Flipboards, please take photos. I will share them all. I will create a montage. I've been sharing. I don't want to get his name wrong. Endless Fables took a bunch of photos of Flipboard at Toylanta. You go to my Instagram, go to his Instagram. Dude, he got this photo of Flipboard in front of the Dragon Bayether, which, by the way, Bayether ends very soon. I almost teared up. No, I did tear up. I almost cried because that was Ryan. Ryan would have loved that fucking dragon. And when I saw it, I don't want to get emotional. Anyway, go follow that guy. And yes, John, continue. I'm not going to get emotional.
No, what was I going to say if I should continue?
I don't
what was I talking about? I do want us to go over the list of companies we would love to be shills for.
Yes.
So I'm working on a little graphic so we can kind of like type this out. And people can enjoy
You
it.
got a graphic for the.
Yeah.
Can you please put Hatter Toys on there, Jonathan?
Hatter Toys.
Yes, the company that makes Flipboard.
No, I'm not familiar. I can tell you that.
You asshole.
I do not know who that is. All right, so
Yes.
we'll say like what feels good. You want to do like just 5 companies that
Yeah,
you
do 5. Yeah, let's keep it short because we got to wrap up soon. Flipboard is all the women. Hey, you know what? You can put whatever you want. It's your Flipboard. Put whatever you want around him. If somebody wants to make a custom of a thick Spider Woman, you can also. I give you permission. Make a little thicky Spider Woman custom. Put it next to Flipboard too. I know that you think that these two universes don't belong together, but trust me, they do, because I said they do. I'm the author, so
whoa, yeah, take that.
John, you know what I was thinking? I had such a stupid thought. I was like, if I had like some fuck you money, I would buy a Beather, okay, Beather the dragon, and I would commission somebody to paint him eBay colors and call it Beather, like BAE, a third. And then when Evil Bay comes out, she can ride Beather. That's what I would do if I had real fuck you money. If I had like home arcade money, I would do that.
Yeah. Let's see. Now that's relatable.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen here, and we will come up with our shill wish list. Well, that is hard to say, isn't it? Isn't it? It's hard to say, isn't it? All right.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
Put a link where I can buy Flipboard. Hold on, I'm gonna do that while John. We gotta help out the people. I can't resist somebody saying, "How do I buy Flipboard?"
Yeah, you should have buyflipboard.com, and then it's just a page with links to each store.
Great job. Do. Well,
you should also create a link tree, which I've talked to you about for months.
I should. That's where you can buy your Flipboards. They are sold out in Big Bad Toy Store. You could also get them at
Nerdzoic.
If you're in Canada, you can go to Titan Toys. By the way, but I like your shill wish list. John, you didn't just come up with this. You had this locked and loaded, right?
What? No, I literally created this while we were talking.
Did you? Wow, you're fucking good. What about farm animals surrounding Flipboard? I mean, Patrick. You can do whatever you want with your Flipboard, okay? I mean, you know, we all have those days, right? Broku Studios with the 5 USD. John doesn't like me.
I don't know why you would say that.
That's okay. The feeling is mutual. Oh my god!
When you super chat, we're basically best friends. So I don't know. I guess the feeling isn't mutual.
Why? Broku Studios is always nice to me. What's going on? Oh boy! Look, we'll have to. Thank you.
I don't know. That $5 is on my channel. So
it is on your channel.
Yeah.
Oh, you can look on your end.
Yeah, if you go into the YouTube Studio and then you have to like go into like the streaming side of it.
He just gave you $5, so he's got to like you.
That's what I'm saying. If you pay me, I'm like you're my best friend. But I guess the feeling is not mutual because he just tolerates me. So thank you for the $5. I wish that I could do better for you. Let's get into our shill list. So
I don't know what's going on.
How about you, number 1? Okay.
Okay, my number.
It's not ranked. This is not. I'm gonna add that to this. Not ranked. Okay, not ranked. Just so people know.
John, you're so good with. Is this Photoshop? What is this?
This is Adobe XD. It's a prototype.
You're so good with Adobe. Okay, let's just think of. Yeah, hold on. Just really quickly, speaking of shill, let me just Toy Stalker. Yes, pre-orders are not charged up front. If you order multiple pre-order items, please use the add to monthly bundle option. We'll combine any pre-orders that come in and invoice one shipping cost. Yes, please. Pre-orders, it's very important to know, not charged up front. Not charged up front. And yes, we will bundle it. And Toy Stalker is our guy that's going to be sending them all out. So you have the man, the myth, the legend right fucking here. So shill wish list. So John, I just have a question. This means what? So does this mean like what company would I want free?
Number 1, I think people would like as an example, Jada Toys. Obviously, you have publicly stated that you want to be on the Jada shill list.
Okay, but do we? But here's my question:
Ugh.
do I literally have to shill for them? Like I can be honest, right? Like when
Oh,
you say shill
I
list, you're
thought
just
we
talking
just
about I get free shit, right?
didn't we just spend most of an hour and 40 minutes talking about how like the we are not shills that would lie?
Yes, yes, John. But you see those people on the right hand side? That's called the
Nope.
chat, and some of them may
Uh-huh.
just be coming in at this point. So can we just sum the fuck up of what this is so people know?
So
God,
why did you have to ask me?
because it's because I. Oh my God.
You're part of the team.
Yeah, but that's just called you and I have a conversation.
It's
Okay, all right.
not
Sorry,
a
sorry, John.
conversation.
Sorry, John.
Just like whenever we were doing the go F your shelf and you had to let people know that your shelves suck. It's like, God, it's not the point, man.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Sorry. If you sorry, John. I'm gonna if you're showing up new, this is a if we could get free shit, who would we want to be on the free shit list to get?
Right.
That's what we're putting
Right.
together.
And if you're just now tuning in, be sure to go back later and watch the beginning where we talk about like different types of shills and how
Yes.
we actually would talk
Yes.
about these products. All
By
right.
the way, Broku Studio said it's all love, just causing confusion and chaos. Okay,
Well,
and he gave you $5.
You paid $5.
I endeavored to be
Me.
tolerable. Congrats on unlocking the achievement, Johnny. Okay, continue. I like this underhanded from the NECA King. Great show, guys. I don't care what anybody says. Ah, chemistry. All right, so John,
Yeah.
on the Hatter toy front,
This is like if you saw early 2000s sitcom Man and Woman this end of episode, they're doing it. There's
yeah, this
so
is
much
this is
sexual
like
energy.
fucking watching. This is like fuck. I can't think of a show that has good chemistry. Fuck, I fucked it up. Okay, John, continue.
All right. What is
Everybody
a
knows mine because I've been saying
my
Jada
God.
Toys.
What?
Go on.
Give me a company. I don't care who it is.
Well, I've said everybody knows mine because I've been in a few videos going, I'm trying to get on the Jada Toy shill list. So that's got to be number one.
Okay. Number one. I it's tough because I want to have NECA on this list, but not until I apologize, which is really unfortunate because I think, and again, watch the TMNT Party Wagon, subscribe, like the video, unsubscribe when you're done watching it. Do not watch the rest of the content. But if you watch that episode, we talk about all this stuff and like how much we love the creators and all those things. All right. I am going to say one that really is almost impossible for me to get on for some reason, even though was been like well over a year ago, the Geek Effect went to Tamashii Nation store in New York, talked to a guy, and the guy started sending him a ton of shit from SH Figure Arts. I found that same guy's email by using the methods I've learned and gave a pitch about how I'd like try to push the products and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Never replied to me, read my emails because I have email tracking on. And I'd wait like a few months, send him another email. He'd read it, no reply. I cannot get on SH Figure Arts list to get free products. And it's like most of the stuff I talk about.
How the fuck, if you are who you are and you love this shit and you talk about it all the time, SH Fig Arts, can you fucking, I know you're watching this and you're in the chat right now. Can you give Jonathan some love? What the fuck, dude?
So this might be ranked for me by starting with SH Figure Arts. Yeah. That is it's very frustrating.
By the way, Laserpan saved our relationship by saying moonlighting because that's a fucking excellent example. Yeah, so yeah, John, I'm actually shocked that you're not by your own doing, but that they SH Figure Art has not sent you something. It's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. All right. So who's next for you?
I mean, it's not in an order of ranking, right?
No.
All right. So NECA, put NECA on there.
Okay.
I would love fucking free NECA shit.
Oh, God, tell me about it.
I would love. How about one free thing, NECA? One free thing.
Yeah, and like if you want to talk about like the bare minimum stuff, like that's a company that, and we talk a lot about it in that TMNT Party Wagon. Again, subscribe and subscribe when you're done watching it. That is crazy to me how much money we have seen companies make from us, even if it's a smaller video. But it's like NECA just can't even send you free stuff anyway. Even though everybody in the chat always thinks that we got it for free.
I mean, I will say that I the last few videos I did, I've been able to borrow these things for free, but then the person takes it back, and that I have not gotten one free like NECA saying, and we're talking about, dude, I've pushed a lot of people to that fucking company because I like their stuff. So, but yeah, how about one free thing, NECA?
Yeah. The closest I got was somebody within Tamashii Nations or Premium DNA reaching out on Rakuten, which is like a company that a lot of websites use for affiliate marketing and stuff.
Right.
The Tamashii Nations is part of that, and they were like, "Hey, here's an exclusive offer. You get like bonus whatever during these months if you sell our products." But it's like I'm still not getting anything. I'm just like, yeah. So whatever.
Toy Tiger said, "For one free thing, Trevor's just going to grab something off his shelf and send it to you to shut you. You know what? Great. I'll take it." Also, Patrick is saying, "Dude, you guys are basing this on what would save you money."
No,
I don't know another way to. I'm obviously going to shill for the stuff that I like, so I don't know.
Right. What else is like?
What else can we? What else could we shill for?
Right.
Like
pick a Mattel's Barbie line.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't buy it now, but if I was on their shill list, it's like that's not. Of course.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be stuff that we like. So
right. We're not doing it to save ourselves money. We're doing it because we love the products and we talk about it so much that like it's only logical.
Yeah, I decided a long time ago that Jada is doing great shit. So I was like, I want to get on the Jada shill list.
Yeah, and plenty of people are like Unparalleled Universe and Toy Migos.
Yeah. By the way, he's a good dude. I'm Unparalleled Universe. No, there's no.
Yeah, there's negativity against those guys. It's just, if anything, it's negativity against Jada Toys. Basically, only picking two groups to work
exactly. Jada Toys, yeah, and being completely disinterested when I talk to him. Anyway, continue, John.
I'm gonna go with something I rarely get, but really enjoy when I have it. Mezco.
Oh God, Mezco's a great one.
Or Mezzo.
Fuck.
I mean, we can have cross contamination.
Yeah, I put Mezco on mine.
Okay. Yeah,
it's never going to happen, by the way. But yeah.
No, I'm curious if anyone just gets stuff with them on a regular basis, aside from like The Amazing, probably.
Yeah, you know what? Just put Mondo on mine too.
Now, this is one that we can easily be resolved. I would say that mine has been resolved because we were given the solution. I followed through, but I don't think you did.
What do you mean, given the solution?
Did you send the email requesting?
Oh, I did, but I haven't gotten shit.
You sent Peter an email.
Yeah.
And he did not reply or forward your email?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I should fucking check in with that guy, huh?
You should check in with that guy. I have the trick with Mondo, and this is like Peter's challenge too, is like it just gets tough because we release products that are made during we can't send you a product and then push the pre-order for that product. Like it doesn't align that way. So it has to be, if you guys got a timed exclusive item, nobody can buy that now.
Right.
All they can buy is the regular version.
Right.
So anyway, so we're gonna put an asterisk at the end of that because you might already be on that list. Crispin, interesting, has Hasbro down for his. That's like one of the last people I would want to be. I'd be, God. If they sent me that $50 Spider-Man, I'd be like, "Ugh."
Honestly, dude, I nothing against people like Hasbro, like,
right.
but yeah, it doesn't do it for me. Other than every now and then, I'll see like a figure that I want, like that Spiral. I really
The
liked
Blob.
the Blob.
Yeah, there are a few that like really just hit. And Spiral's that's a great call out. That's a good one. That Psylocke that they made was gorgeous. I mean, she had
right,
static plastic capes, but overall design was gorgeous.
right, right. Yeah,
And I really want the Sentinel, the big boy Sentinel.
I did pre-order that Sentinel.
I did pre-order
I
those, one of
yeah.
those, but I meant the HasLab Sentinle that
The
they did
HasLab. Oh,
from
the
years ago.
$300 cent. Okay,
Um,
gonna be a pricey. That's gonna be a spicy matzo ball, dude.
yeah, I know. I want it, but yeah, at this point, it's aftermarket prices. I'm not going to pay for that. All right, so I put Mafex for mine as my number 3. So we kind of you did like you double dipped, so we'll figure this out. But I have Mafex because I love their stuff. It's almost a guarantee that I'm going to buy it, especially for the X-Men line. So I'm super pumped for Jubilee and the Rogue that they have in the works. Problem is CT Toys is coming in at $20 and like releasing their same figures.
Right.
And people are like in love with those things. But
Right.
I am a huge fan of Mafex. I actually have nope, not that. Here it is. This to go over at some point. The new Tobey Maguire Mafex.
Oh, okay.
I have the SH Figure Arts one, but the head sculpts on this look way better. So yeah, I am a Mafex fan. That's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. You should go again.
Oh. Fuck me. Well, I have Figure Arts, Mezco, Mafex. I don't buy Hot Toys. I would love Hot Toys, but I'm not gonna. I would want the Wolverine and be done with it. So I'm not gonna put them on the list. Who's another company? I mean, because right now for like third-party stuff, like the unofficial Dragon Ball things, like all these things from 5K Toys, like these company names change all the time. It's like, but because I work with these stores, I can generally get the stuff for free. But I think I'm gonna put Bro Toys because there's not always a guarantee that I can get the stuff.
Yeah.
And if they were just sending me stuff early to help, like that's the other thing is like, if you're on this kind of shill list, and a great example is Unparalleled Universe having the Cyberpunk figures really early. Now he's the first, which is helpful for the channel, big time, right? You want to be the first, even when your channel's big, you still want to be the first one out with this stuff. So that would be nice, and having the Bro Toy stuff very early would help the channel. It would get the reviews in faster. Because usually you just get a lot of like Chinese videos on YouTube, and like they don't even talk most of the time. They just play music over it. So having like this full breakdown thing would be great. There's a I can't think of the studio name now, especially because it's a Chinese name and I don't know how to pronounce things properly. But I reviewed one of their products before through 5K. They were like, "Hey, we got this thing. We're going to send it to you." That company commented and then DM'd me, and they were like, "Wow, we really love the thing." And we like blah blah blah. So like, I don't know, just nice, I guess, to have those connections. Anyway, what's up next for you?
There are some good things in the suggestions in the chat.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I wish this was a longer list. Somebody mentioned Joy Toys. Somebody mentioned Mythic Legions. By the way, I bought, since you showed some stuff from Toy Stalker, a bunch of Mythic Legions shit. I bought this guy right here. Go to Toy Stalker, use code House Hatter. You will get this as cheap as you can get. But this fucking big ass knight, and I got this knight right here, which is wild. Okay, this Mythic Legions knight. Mythic Legions makes amazing stuff. And this fucking horse. All that being said, I don't do enough Mythic Legions that I would put them on my list. I have a third-party company. I'm between these companies because these guys spill over so much. But I'm a big fan. If you watch the channel, Joy Toy is very tempting, but that Medi Toys and Mithril that do all of that Warcraft, not Warcraft. Remember the Nicole Kidman elf? I think you got her too, right?
Yep.
The orcs, the Illidan. Sorry, not Illidan. As they call him, Demon King or whatever. I love that shit, man. As a Warcraft guy, I've always wanted toys from that game. So I don't remember if it was Medi Toys or Mithril. Like to me, they kind of share the same space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe put one of them on there. I just don't know, but I would for sure shill. I would put them on the shill list.
So Mithril?
Yeah, I think it's MI Mithril Medi Mety Medi Toys. They're always and by the way, that Medi could also be like Hero Toys. They change these fucking names, dude.
Yeah.
But whoever's doing that shit is making some really great stuff. Let me plug my guy right here because he sent them real fast. Code Legions for free shipping on any order, including that includes a 4 Horsemen item. Yeah. So if you get a 4 Horsemen item at Toy Stalker, put in Legions, you get free shipping, and you'll be happy to know these boxes are huge. So Toy Stalker loses a lot of money on that shipping because they have to pay it. So really, I like when he doesn't make a lot of money. So take advantage and go to Toy Stalker and get some awesome stuff. But yeah, World of Warcraft. Yeah, thank you, John. That's the best way to sum it up. World of Warcraft stuff, is the best way to kind of sum it up.
Here I'm gonna do this. An honorable mention.
Hey, honorable mentions. What the fuck, man?
We'll have like a bonus, just one bonus one, because I got a great one and I really want to share it. The number 5. There's some great ones in the chat. I'm seeing like Snail Shell. There's In Art, but maybe I'm already on that list. I have the second most watched Batman review on YouTube because Sir Dork is a mad scientist with his channel.
Sir Dork has the first one.
Dude, he's so good. He came out after, like several days after most of us, but his stuff just does well almost every single time. There's just something about his content style, I think, that really captures people. It's a pretty unique setup. Anyway. Yeah, Toonshi Studio is a great one. There's a lot of good options here.
Wow, Toonshi is a really good one, dude.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Oh, God, I had something in my mind that Toonshi took over, so I'm gonna put Toonshi Studio. I do.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's too good. So an honorable mention. You could do anything. You could do the Frazetta stuff. You could do. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to do Tonson Art Toys, which is a really small third-party Dragon Ball company, but they build the things from the ground up. They're not like repurposing. They're like literally just making things that have never existed before, and they crush it. They only do like a couple figures a year, so I think that's probably enough to keep it off the list. Plus, with all of these other connections, I can get those things. But Toonshi is something where I love the stuff every time. In fact, what's her face is right here. So that would be it for me. Do you have an honorable mention, or do you need a moment to think about it?
I need a moment. Toonshi, I'm looking around. Toonshi is a great one, dude.
Especially with those big vehicles they have, the camel, and then that big bipod walker thing.
Yeah.
Bipedal.
No, I got one. Super 7. No, just kidding. Fuck. What?
You're gonna love my honorable mention.
Can you do your honorable mention first?
I kind of want to do it last.
Oh God, John, you fucking put me on the spot, dude.
I know.
I feel like because I can't think of anything. Come on, Chad, help me out. Should it be Joy Toy? I don't know. What
but you get Joy Toy by default, so we don't really have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, dude? I'm gonna say Toonshi Studios.
That's your.
I have all their Metal Slug shit.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I was between. I was between them and the Maestro Union Fiore Planet stuff.
Oh yeah.
But let's say Tunchi Studios.
Okay. All right. Mine. This might be a shock to a lot of people.
All right, here we go, guys.
You're gonna fucking love
Hatter
it.
Toys. Thank you, Jonathan.
Everybody, close your eyes. Okay.
Oh wait.
Right.
I thought it was Hatter Toys.
And play legit. Close your eyes. Okay. Close them.
Oh, Storm is a good one. Fuck.
Here, I'll change it. Do you want Tunchi or Storm?
Huh?
You want Tunchi or Storm?
I'm gonna change mine to Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, and nothing against Tunchi, but
I think especially now that they have their smaller scale stuff.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, close your eyes, okay, and then I'll let you. It's going to take seconds, okay? So
yeah, their eyes are closed. Everybody,
you're the only person I can see, and they're open.
Oh, you want me to close?
Yes,
okay.
Because you're the one that's going to get this and love it the most. Okay, you can open them.
Ramen to. Oh my god! You know what? It's because I think I'm so close to this guy that you know how like you don't mention the person you're like I'm just so close to him. But that's a great one. Makes great shit.
Yeah, but we don't get any of it.
I know.
I'm
By the way,
waiting
John,
on Vans.
you know.
I'm still waiting on Vans that I paid for.
Yeah.
People are already getting them. I don't even have updated tracking, but I mean, sometimes that happens. It's not a big deal. I know I'll get them. And I think because I ordered the one with the armor pieces or whatever, I think that one was like a little bit delayed. But yeah, as much as we've talked about, I don't know, certain underground command centers.
Yes. That's a great one. By the way, if you get the Ramen Razor, John, you know, the Mad Max vehicle.
Yes.
I'm not Ramen though. I'm really not. Ace is the producer for Flipboard. I knew that guy as a fan first. If you get the Ramen Razor, the copy for the Ramen Razor is written by somebody you might know.
Mr. Home Arcade?
No, somebody you know a lot better than Mr. Home Arcade.
Jay from Geek Dad Life.
No, somebody that you do regular live streams with.
Oh, God. Hold on. Mo from Moscato Bot.
I mean, Mo may have written a part, maybe the front part of the copy, but
wasn't you?
I don't know. I guess we'll never know because obviously you seem to have a lot of people in your life. But if you guys get the Ramen Razor and you go, wow, the copy on this is so fucking good, it's written so well, you might know somebody who wrote it. That's all I'm saying.
I know the box art was recently unveiled.
Yes, because he just unveiled it, and I think he's going to unveil the back of it. Watch, he just like rewrote the whole thing. He's just like, fuck that.
I want to.
But as it stands,
how? Okay, is there a way that we can see this copy without having to buy the
no, he hasn't released it yet.
What?
He hasn't like shown it yet.
Ugh. So just the box art, but not the copy.
Yeah, because the copy was literally just written last night by this mysterious person that you don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not going to read it to us?
I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't want to blow up his spot. I don't know.
All right. That's
not. I mean, if he's in the chat, I'll read it. But I'm not gonna. You know. It's pretty damn good though.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. A professional writer, a woke Hollywood guy. I'm sure it's great. In the future, where everyone has their unique pronouns. Even the car doesn't want to be called car. It's called the Ramen Razor.
Is that the apocalypse or what? What are you just?
Yeah. In the distant future. Yeah, I was just making fun of. Somebody said that I sound woke, and then I made fun of you for being in Hollywood, and you wrote a woke thing about a car that doesn't want to be called a car.
Oh, I see.
It doesn't identify as a car; it's a razor.
No, that's a good subject to go down. We should talk about.
We should definitely get
We
into that.
should discuss.
Yeah.
Always a great topic. So John, these shill wish lists, I think they're
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
Yeah. I as far as I mentioned Hot Toys around like the third one or something, but the reason why I didn't is because I only want the new Wolverine and then I'm done. I don't need anything else. And I
Yeah,
don't want to have a bunch of those things around.
it's got to be something where you are plugged in enough that you and a repeat customer
Right.
that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it makes sense.
Um yes. And then just to flip on me making fun of the yes, I guess I would be considered woke. So and I'm a he him. So I'm sure you're going to get some lovely comments on your channel because you seem to bring in some real people that have problems with that. Anyway,
John, hold on a second. Anytime you have a problem, don't I always take care of the issue?
yeah, if I bring it up, but I don't always bring it up. It's not my. I'm not going to go tattle.
It's hard for me to monitor everything. It's just it's a but when you bring it up, I always take care of it. Don't I always intervene? Don't I always say,
Yeah,
Jonathan?
yeah. If people feel like that you and I are opposites on a lot of things, but they don't realize that we're the same on a lot of things.
Look,
God, it's just too
I you know that I hate anything that is political. Oh God, you know what? Fuck.
Let's just not even talk about it because I know you don't want to.
It's too fucking
Yeah,
early.
it is.
At least for me, it is. All right. So
honorable mention, yes. Yours is Storm Collectibles. And mine is ramen toy. So we should have. There was something else that I was thinking about. Like, okay, so we have the show, the list that we wish that we could be on. I had thought about something beforehand of like what would an alternate list be, but I can't remember what that was. But it was like kind of in this realm of.
you're talking about a separate. You're not talking about a shill list.
And it was related to shill, but I can't remember what that list was going to be. It's like here are the companies that we want to be on the list for, and then this is the list of whatever, and I can't remember what that was. So it's just going to have to be this now. This was it. We did it. It only took us 2 hours.
I have. Sorry, I was looking at Patrick's comment. Hatter needs to do one. I've heard about. I have heard that AliExpress. This is like the fifth time I've heard it. Where it's like, hey, if you want AliExpress stuff, which there are a few things I want. Like I want to get the portal again, the NECA portal, because I don't know. I just wanted to get it again. So if this is true, pay attention. AliExpress. Maybe I go in on some of that Earthworm Jim stuff because God knows I don't know if it's ever going to come out for premium DNA. So that's yeah.
AliExpress is a great place to get a lot of stuff, honestly. So I would say you could also, like, if you're a creator and you're trying to find companies and stores and you're like, oh, I've messaged these people, I messaged these people. AliExpress stores are great ones to connect with. I get emails from people that run different stores, and then that way we can have like open conversations, because AliExpress will limit links, it'll limit word usage. So if you say like I do video reviews or something like that, it'll pull your message out and warn you. So there's a lot of like protection in there so that they don't get spammed. But AliExpress stores are a good connection.
Yeah,
And
I have to say this about AliExpress is like I have never gotten ripped off ever on AliExpress. The only time I actually blame this on Gary. The only time that I even got close to being ripped off is Gary sent me I guess too good to be true orc by maybe Mithril or one of these like Swordmaster orc. It was a great price. We ordered it. We both ordered it, and then it never came. But then we just got a refund through AliExpress. We're like, it just never showed up, and then they refunded us. So I have, as much as AliExpress is associated with like, hey, you're gonna get scammed and this and that. Like, I have never been screwed on AliExpress. So, take that for what it's worth. Also, Donatello said, I'm surprised that McFarlane didn't appear on either list. John, I thought your first thing would actually be McFarlane.
Yeah. Well, they lost the DC license, so.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. You're right.
Yeah, when it comes to, there's a lot of people, like, I'll get somebody will comment and be like, is this store trustworthy, or is this AliExpress trustworthy, or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not going to support and put a link in my video for something that isn't trustworthy, one. But a lot of people have thoughts, and we've talked about it plenty of times, about AliExpress as a company. Yeah, they have knockoffs, but you just have to learn that, like, what to look for between like a knockoff and an authentic
You're
thing.
right. You're right. Like,
The
there is
SH Figuarts, there are a lot of knockoffs of those and Figma, but generally the front of the box doesn't have like all the labels and the stickers and the things that say like that it's a like official company product. It'll look
right.
the same at first, but then you're like, oh, there's no like seal label down there. There's no Bandai sticker or whatever. So then you say, oh, okay. Plus, one, if that figure is worth $50 or more, but on AliExpress it's like $17, that's fake.
Right. Yeah, you know, you're right. You can't go in completely blind. Look, honestly, if you guys are on Facebook forums, ask. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a NECA product and you're going like, "Hey, this portal looks really cool. Do you think this is legit?" Just ask. I mean, I feel like at this point I could tell if like the AliExpress store is legit. So like, just also Yokai saying the neck joints on it. I've heard this about the premium. You have the premium DNA gym, right? You don't have problems with the neck. Yours is good.
I mean, the whole thing's a piece of shit when it comes down to it, but it was $18, so I'm fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fantasy Disruption says they got ripped off for Joy Toy Turtles.
I assume they were talking about AliExpress based on our conversations here. You got to give more information than that, though. I get people will say a comment on a video and say like, oh, blah, 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 or whatever. And then it's like, okay, but like an example is I just spent 10 minutes in this video telling you and showing you, but your comment that doesn't have any proof or give us like, I'm not saying that Jay's not doing this or whoever it was, but just give a little more information. Tell us what happened.
Right.
Also, there's people that will say stuff like that, like, oh, I got ripped off or whatever, blah, blah. And then I go, well, did you DM the store? And they'll be like, I need to. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Don't just
J-Mac, I didn't put you in time. I don't even know how to put people in fucking timeout. So
yeah, we do have admins in the chat. So maybe
there are admins in the chat. So don't you fucking come at me. Fresh Monkey has such low production numbers, a 50% thing might not be an off base. Again, I'm not saying it's off base. I'm just saying I've been told, dude, I don't know their inner workings. Nobody wants to shut down a Kickstarter. That's all I know. Nobody wants to go through all the rent. Dude, it's such a pain in the ass. I'm telling you from experience. It's such a pain in the ass to come up with a Kickstarter, get renders for it, get license, and they're on a different level because they got a license, and then you got to shut it down. Nobody wants to do that. So I don't know. I hope they. I don't know if I bought. Oh, I have bought some Fresh Monkey. I bought their Santa Claus stuff. Their Santa Claus stuff is good, so they obviously know what they're doing. But it's fucking hard out there, dude. I don't
know. And they're not knockoffs; they're just bad products. So whether Premium DNA knows they're bad, because they at one point last year, beginning of the year, this time last year, said, "Hey, stuff arrived doesn't meet our expectations quality wise, so we're not like there's going to be a delay because we're having the manufacturers make them the way we expect because you all paid your money for it. You should get high quality things." And I was like, "Oh, that earns a lot of respect from me." But then that was the last time we ever heard from them until they said, "Hey, shipment's coming in around June," and that was a lie. So they're not knockoffs; they're just the bad quality ones that they did or did not want to sell.
Yeah.
And depending on the store, the way stuff gets shipped. So this is really interesting. I had like 5 things ordered at the same time. And there's a couple videos where I talk about this, but the boxes arrived all in one giant bag. So like 3 different stores I bought from, then they all reach the AliExpress hub or whatever, and they get put into one giant bag. So then everything was just smushed to shit because it was all just like in a fucking garbage bag. But depending on the store, it'll actually come in a box with bubble wrap and a bag around it. So it's sometimes just about finding those stores that will actually treat your products with respect. And the ones that I've promoted in my videos have all shipped them really nicely. The only exception was when I ordered too many things from too many places that they all got shoved into one bag by a third party.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of the worst thing that I've gotten from them. Oh, I think I know. This is, I still have it. It's right here. This is the worst.
Oh my God.
This is the worst they've done. So,
was that a single item that arrived, or was it with other stuff?
It was a single item. I got it. I got this Leatherhead, and then I found them in stores.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're an inbox collector, beware.
In all fairness, we've seen stuff order from Target that not as bad as that, but
not as bad as that. But yes,
I've had those. Back with the first year of the channel, I had the retro cardback X-Men stuff arrive from Target, but it was just in a plastic bag. Wasn't in a box.
Wow.
A retro cardback in a plastic bag. This is what Bombasby. This is the company that I'm promoting for the in art Batman. They shipped me 2 figures recently, and the corners have those hard plastic things on there to protect the packages on the inside. Plus, there's bubble wrap on the inside. So that's basically like 5K Toys, like all these companies that are selling these third-party things or stuff from China and Japan. They're all the same, basically. It just depends on how that company sets up a website instead of using an AliExpress store. And then if they're taking extra steps like this to protect your products. KOWKIS is another one. KOWKIS does, they put up your box, they'll wrap it in bubble wrap, put it into another box. That box will be something like fake Legos, and then wrap that and put that in a box. So you're like quadruple protected. I had somebody buy a figure and they're like, we ordered that thing, but they just sent us fake knockoff Legos of a flower. I was like, did you open it? And they were like, oh, thanks.
Wow. Yeah. Anyhow,
exciting thing this weekend. I have, speaking of Bombasby, they sent me 2 figures from JM Toys. And if you know, JM Toys was that Sub-Zero that we talked about earlier, actually, that piece of fucking shit that got the worst figure of the year. Well, they sent me their new Batman. They're like the Moscow Batman, whatever that story is. But then they sent me the Captain America. And that weekend, that review of Captain America will come out. So you can find out if JM Toys is still the biggest piece of shit company ever, or if they've redeemed themselves. So that should come out on Sunday.
Look how aggressive you get, John.
Look at us
right.
Sign at the same time.
Well,
I hope you feel better. Everybody in the chat say, I hope you feel better, Hatter.
Thanks. Yeah. Let's
change the narrative of the conversation.
What happened?
I'm trying to get the chat to change their narrative of the conversations. Like, ugh, God, stop talking about toys. Tell Mad Hatter to feel better.
Yes.
No, it's like a Russian Batman, not the Captain America.
Oh, got it.
Do you know that story?
Huh?
Do you know that story?
The Russian Captain America?
Yeah. No, Batman.
Oh, that's not the same thing where Superman was raised in Russia, right?
No, I don't know. I mean, let me I'm gonna screen share. I forgot. You're sharing the list the whole time.
Wow, this comment was unnecessary.
It's opposite day.
Oh, wait. That means that everybody's saying feel better if it's opposite day.
Means, see? I'm always a little scamp.
I like this comment. Tell your immune system to stop being a little bitch. Hey, immune system. Stop being a bitch. All
This isn't
right,
the one.
John.
This isn't the one. Hold on.
Oh my
Joy
God.
Man.
You won't let me wrap up.
Where is it?
Yeah, Superman Red Sun. I thought it was Red Sun.
Yeah, I know there's a Superman one. Where the hell is the Batman that they sent? Because I have this is the he comes with normal heads, but that's that. But
Yeah.
shit, Joyman, Batman. I don't know. This is weird. Why do I not see this one? Yeah, runs Red Sun. Okay, so I guess it's all part of that. I remember the Superman version, but I guess that's the. Look at he's got his little hat because it's always cold in Russia.
I like that. I like that they said, how do we make it apparent that Batman is Russian? How do we make it nice and subtle? I need they were all talking, the designers, and they say, we need a way of a subtle way to let people know that Batman is Russian, but how do we do it? And they said, okay, a subtle way. And then there you go, Jonathan. All right. There, that's it.
Yeah,
Batman Red
he's either
Sun.
Russian or from Fargo.
Or from Fargo. Exactly. Exactly. So yes, look for John's reviews. Buy John stuff. He's good at this shit. And should we go out on a wrap, Jonathan?
Yeah, I rapped last week. It was very 90s, so it's your turn.
Okay, I'll go first. How about that? And then you can follow. Okay, chat. Give me a beat. It's Johnny and Hatter. Johnny looks pissed. Watch us go shilling with our big shill list. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to the chat for giving us a shot. J-Mac got pissed because he got blocked, but I didn't do it. I'm an innocent man, so don't spam me. Spam John instead, because John is the blocker. Order your flip or on Toy Stalker. Deuces, I'm out of here, motherfuckers.
Whoa. And if you would have hit the end stream, it would have been perfect.
Damn it, but I thought you were rapping after me, so I didn't hit end stream.
But then you just stayed there forever, like it was a freeze frame. Credits roll. They're like, wow, I didn't know that there was a 9 Mile movie, the sequel to 8 Mile.
Dude, I fucked that up. Damn it. Anyway. All right. Is that it?
I think so.
Let's just look awkwardly at each other.